Just a little bit short.
And she knows she could have had it too.
And you can see by her reaction, she realized she had nailed most of the routine, and that will be a 0.5 deduction, I imagine, for sitting down.
Yes. We should also point out that Michelle Kale, who did an absolutely beautiful routine, ended up scoring a 9.3. We've learned now that she got a 5/10 deduction for her coach touching her on that move, on her big release move. So she would have been in the 9.8 range.
So Bremer receives a 9.15. Had she nailed that dismount, she would have been in that 9.6, 9.65 right. This is Jennifer Dube, a freshman from Michigan State.
So far, so good. She seemed to get a little stuck on the low bar there. A little delay. Nice free hip to handstand. Beautiful giant swing. And a toe on front dismount. You know, her routine didn't quite contain the difficulty that we've seen. But no major deductions in execution.
But she's a freshman. We'll give her time.
Oh, that's right. She needs time to learn those big moves. And here's the toe on front. Really nicely done. A little bit of an over-rotation.
You know, it's strange to talk of 18 and 19-year-olds as past their prime, but very often, very frequently in women's gymnastics, we have seen the Olga Korbits and the Nadia Comaneci and the elite gymnasts at 14 and even younger than that at times.
That's right. But it's really nice, I think, that collegiate gymnastics has come so far and the level has increased so much, because these women who were able to compete on the national level before now have a place to go and be real competitive instead of just having to give it up at the age of 14 or 15.
Here's Dube's score, a 9.5. Still leading Meredith Chang and Lynn Devers with 9.65s. The big cheers for Illinois freshman Sarah Wasserman.
Now she's a little bit tall for a gymnast. Oh, she missed a move there. She was doing a giant swing. Missed it again. Oh. No, she did it the second time. A little bit tougher for the taller gymnast to move in between the bars, but she seems to be doing pretty well. Nice free hip to handstand, half pirouette, and a full twisting flyaway.
Well, the Illini faithful certainly enjoyed it. Sarah Wasserman, freshman from Philadelphia.
We'll take a look at at the beginning of her routine. She swung up to the giant swing. She switched her hand like she was going to pirouette, but overshot it. Tries it again. Switches her hand. This time she gets it. And moves on. And here's Sarah's dismount. This free hip to hand. Right into a full twisting flyaway.
We've seen a number of giant swings, and we used to see that and still do frequently with the men. Is it conceivable in the future we'll see the women compete with the single high bar?
You know, I think anything is possible. You know, when I was competing in '83, for a gymnast to do a giant swing was almost unheard of. There were a few maybe doing it. Now it's the staple. I mean, everybody does it. It's like a kip used to be on the bars. Now they're all doing giants. They're all doing release moves like the men do on the high bar. The difficulty has just catapulted on this event.
So Wasserman with a 9.55, and Ruth Aguayo will be our final competitor on the uneven bars. Michigan State, a sophomore.
And Ruth has excellent form. She's very precise. She's beautiful. Jaeger somersault. Nice handstand there. She's got good extension, good form, great toe point. Winding up for her dismount, giant swing, and a beautiful double back. She planted her feet and did not move.
That was a beautiful routine, and there are some of her teammates not competing tonight.
And here's Ruth Jaeger somersault. She gets way above the bar. Nice extension, perfect form. And I think this is one of the best double flyways we've seen here tonight. Way above the bar. And look at that landing. Oh, a little tiny step, but very minor deduction.
I don't know who that woman is in the background you see, but she was elated.
Everybody's happy.
Aguayo had a 9.75 last night. If she were to get a 9.7 or above, she would be the champion on the bars. She's competed quite a bit internationally. An elite gymnast. And when we use that term, what exactly does that mean?
It's a standard, a certain level of competition that one has to go through regional, national qualifying meets to attain. It's sort of the, well, it's the elite status. A gymnast who has trained very hard. Most gymnasts that are elites have been working on it for 10 to 12 years.
Aguayo, this has to be the most nerve-wracking time in her day, with the exception perhaps of actually walking up and beginning her routine. Here it is for Aguayo. Needs better than a 9.65 and didn't quite get it. Got a 9.6, which will move her into a tie. We'll come back with the final results in the uneven bars.
Follow America's top amateur athletes all the way to Olympic gold on Prime Network. All summer, we'll canvass the nation looking for tomorrow's superstars. Experience the intense competition as these young sportsmen challenge the world with their talent. The excitement of track and field, the grace of gymnastics, and the fervor of swimming and diving. It's all here as Olympic hopefuls compete on Prime Network.
Creative design excellence, technological advancement, space-age innovations, 21st century quality. It's the best in fitness, health, conditioning, toning, and muscle development. The Soloflex Muscle Machine. We've designed one for your body. Call now for a free brochure.
Welcome back to the 10th annual Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships. We're at Huff Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. And the final results on the uneven bars have been tabulated. And co-champions Meredith Chang and Lynn Devers. Chang from Wisconsin and Devers from Illinois. And Aguayo is from Michigan State in third place. That's the final routine you saw. And standing by is our Robin Hubner. Robin?
Well, I have one of the champions with me. Meredith Chang is getting ready to do the balance beam, but we've got Lynn Devers here. You're a senior in front of the hometown crowd. How does it feel?
It's incredible. This was a goal for 4 years. This was my last chance, and I did it.
And the crowd was so good to you tonight. They're really behind you.
Yeah, they were. I've had great support through the whole meet. Great team and great crowd behind me.
Congratulations to you, Lynn.
Thank you very much.
Drew?
Okay, Robin, thanks much. Last year, a 9.75 in Ann Arbor at the Big Ten Championship. So Lynn Devers closes her career out on a great note. We'll come back. We'll go to the balance beam.
Saturday, men's pro tennis lands in Orlando. Last year, Brad Gilbert used consistent all-around play to net the championship. This year, he's facing the flamboyant flash of Andre Agassi and the explosive power of Pete Sampras. Gilbert, Agassi, Sampras. Who will win the Prudential Securities Classic? Live Saturday at 1 Eastern on Prime Network. Available on most Prime affiliates.
Cable is America's choice, and April is National Cable Month. TV you've got to see. You've got to see cable for the most choice, the best choice. Sports action from college to the pros. 24-hour news from around the world to around the corner. Round-the-clock entertainment from movie hits to the newest music. Only cable can excite you and inform you with so much choice. So choose cable now. Pizza Hut is the exclusive sponsor of National Cable Month. TV you've got to see.
More nerve-wracking for the gymnast to be up there right now when all eyes are on her. But she's not letting the pressure get to her one bit.
Yeah, last night during the team competition, While one competitor might be in the middle of a routine, you would hear loud applause for someone somewhere else in the gymnasium who had just completed.
Exactly. But, you know, they have to concentrate so completely that it shouldn't bother them. You know, she really had a nice exercise. I didn't see any real major deductions at all. No balance errors, no major balance errors. So I think she'll score very well with that.
Terry Bryson, her coach, with a big hug.
And here's her dismount, back handspring, right into a full twist. Nice combination and a good landing. And the dismount again. You can see from this end angle she was a little bit off to the right, but you know the judges don't see that because they're sitting on the side of the beam.
The mark that I imagine all will be shooting for, a 9.7 by Lori Cole of Iowa.
Or a 9.75 if they're looking to win,
That's
not looking
right.
to tie.
She had a 9.6 last night. And that is what she receives again this evening. So the freshman from Honolulu, in all probability, will be competing at another school next year because Wisconsin, once again, is dropping 5 sports, and unfortunately, one of them being ladies gymnastics. Here's another Wisconsin athlete, Michelle Hernandez.
Michelle works this event with such grace. She begins with a beautiful straddle jump. You know, that's not easy to do facing sideways. Either way, it's difficult. She does it very well. Nice full turn there, which is a requirement. A full turn is a requirement on the beam. And Michelle's first series, back handspring, back handspring. Not the most difficult series we've seen yet tonight, but she does it flawlessly. Nice combination there of a scissor leap right into a front handspring. The judges will like that combination. Nice series of leaps there, 2 switch leg leaps right in a row. And Michelle winding up for the dismount, which is a round up full twist and a very good landing.
She nailed the landing.
She really did.
Senior from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Elementary education major.
And we're looking at her series of back handsprings. Right over the center of the beam. Perfect balance. And here's the nice switch leg split leap. There's one leap, right away into the other leap. Tremendous amplitude on them, good height from the beam, and she was happy that she got through that so well. And Michelle's dismount, round off, full twist, which, as I've said, we've seen a lot of here tonight. Very popular dismount.
Again, the barometer set by our first competitor on the beam, Lori Cole, with a 9.7, and Michelle Hernandez a 9.6. So that places her in a tie right now with teammate Meredith Chang, who congratulates her. Here's Tracy Halstead, sophomore from Ohio State.
Tracy's a very determined beam worker, very focused. She opens with a nice cartwheel on mount. The required full turn. In her first tumbling run. Back handspring layout walkout. She landed a little bit low. Her left shoulder came down a bit, but she recovered nicely. Now there's a jump full turn. It may look easy, but it's not. Series of leaps. She could have used a little bit more amplitude, a little more height there. It's looking a little bit tentative at this point. Moving down on the beam, which is a requirement. You have to use all levels of the beam. gainer layout, walkout. She just came down a little bit crooked. The right shoulder was down, and she couldn't recover enough to stay on. And it's not easy getting back up there once you've fallen off. It's really tough to get your composure back.
Tracy Halstead